We don't believe that York Holdings is doing enough for the people. I think the city is doing more. The individual Montrealers are doing more. Than the owners of where we were living.
They should say, you know what, our building burned down. What do we do with the 150 families that we have?
Some of the victims of the fire that broke out in a 3-story apartment complex in Doral des Ormeaux June 5th still haven't found a place to stay. A problem they feel the owner of their previous building can fix, but just won't.
We haven't received anything from York Holdings. Who has been helping us is the people that are managing the Facebook group, and it's called Brunswick Fire Donations and Volunteers.
Some of the tenants say they feel abandoned by the company, who they say can accommodate victims of the fire by renting them units they claim York Holdings has available in other buildings they own.
I know one in Dorval, a few in Pierrefonds, and they have a lot of properties in DDO.
And there are people such as Hal and Sandy that are special needs, and to see them displaced like this, it's not right.
It's hard to force a landlord to provide housing because is the housing in one of the other units or the other side of the building, is it scheduled to be moved in by another tenant? Have they promised it to other tenants? Was it on a first come, first served basis? So it's hard to jump to conclusion just to say, well, I saw an empty unit or I heard there was an empty unit. How come you're not putting some of the displaced residents in there?
Many tenants and their families City News spoke with claim on the night of the fire, building management assured them they would assist them in finding new lodging.
Telling people to call this number the next day so that she can give us more information as to what would be happening within the next few days. So whether she'll be relocating us to one of her other apartment buildings or other units, or whether they would continue paying for the hotel.
But they claim they later found out the number was actually provided by the Red Cross.
You can go to the Holiday Inn. Don't worry, York Holding is going to take care of it. So it wasn't until I got here and I saw the Red Cross and they explained the procedure that I found out that the Red Cross is paying for the first 3 days, which later they extended the days to, I believe, 1 extra day, which is 4 days instead of 3.
According to tenants, since the fire, the company has only reached out to them through posts left on a Facebook page or mass emails, which they claim mostly just gave directives on how to attempt to retrieve their belongings. City News reached out to York Holdings, but they refused to comment.
Well, you know what? What really irritated me the most is that instead of saying, you know what, we understand the situation, let us try to give you back your checks as soon as possible for this month, for June, right? What they're doing instead, and this was part of the Facebook group, the Facebook post, is that they want to reimburse the residents from June the 6th to June the 30th.
It's not so easy just to say, well, just go and move somewhere else. It's a lot of people. It's a small community. Housing is already an issue, especially in the rental bracket that we're in now in the West Island.
In Montreal, Sacha Obas, City News.